brings the biggest revenue to this institution. How in the hell are you going to tell me you're going to give black students $10,000 for a whole year when it is black people who are bringing you the money to this institution? Talk to me. Not only wicked, but you're thieves, robbers. This is a people that don't have a voice. And every time they get a voice, that voice is stilled by the powers that be, because they fear a voice that they don't control, that black people are listening to. Today, every black leader that we have is being manipulated. So that today we have a beautiful mayor in New York, Mayor Dinkins, and a governor in Virginia, Governor Wilder, and a mayor in Seattle, and a new mayor in Cleveland, and a new mayor in Hartford. And we applaud. And when they write of these black men, they say, these are the new politicians. They are non-threatening. What does that mean? If I am threatening, for what? I don't shoot anybody. I haven't robbed anybody. I'm not planning to. But I'm threatening to those who have lied to you and deceived you, because Jesus said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So now, if the truth makes me threatening, and being courageous enough to tell it makes me threatening, what makes a black man non-threatening? Then if he's non-threatening, he don't belong to you. If he's non-threatening, he's their man, not your man. He looks like you, but he works for them. And that's a hell of a condition to be in. To have a man that you putting your hope in because he comes from your people. But he's not working for his people. There is not an Italian here, not a Greek here, not a Polish person, a Jewish person, an Irish person here who would vote for an Irish, an Italian, or a Jew to go anywhere if they didn't represent Jewish or Italian or Irish interests. You know that to be the fact. Why should we then settle for non-threatening politicians who rule and guide for others and do not stand for us when we are the majority who have elected them? Crossover politicians, they call them. You know what a crossover politician is? A crossover politician is like a crossover singer of songs. You know how it is. We start in the ghetto, where we always start. And we start in those honky-tonk joints where we always start. Nobody hears us there but our own people. They pay 75 cents for a beer, $1 for a beer, and we sing, and the people go out and say, man, did you hear Gladys McKnight or Gladys Knight and the Pips? They are something. And after 20 years on what they call the chitlin circuit, Some white person comes in and say, wow. And just like they discovered America with a whole country full of Indians, just like they discovered Australia with the Aborigines there, they discovered Gladys Knight, they discovered Stevie Wonder, they discovered, and then when they discover us, that's when we're known. You see, Farrakhan has been speaking to black people for 36 going on 37 years. Now, I didn't get discovered. Until the great discoverer, the Christopher Columbus of black leadership, discovered me. I happened to be walking behind the Reverend Jackson, who had just a few years ago been discovered. The very word discovery and the way you use it is a racist kind of term. You're not interested in black people, but when we can make $1 for you, you become interested. When we can move you along, further your aims, your ambitions, your goals, you become interested in black people. But until then, you have no interest in us whatsoever. How dare you say that I'm bad for black-Jewish relations? What black people do you relate to? You don't relate to the black people on 43rd Street in Chicago, 63rd Street on the west side. We don't see a Jew. We don't know what you look like. So what kind of relationship am I messing up for you? You hypocrites. If you set up a black organization, somebody white knocking at the door, let me in. And if you don't let me in, you know, that's a racist group you're in. How many of you belong to Hillel? Ain't no black people belong to that, do you? Why not? Why not? You're not interested in that. You mean to tell me black people cannot have a black organization that speaks to black concerns without white folk in it? That's racism? Please. Yes, you're all practicing reverse racism. No, the problem is you are so frightened to see black people get together. You think we're always conspiring against you. So when we get together, you got to come and try to join us. That's not my subject. I didn't come here to say that. But I just wanted to ventilate some of these things that are on my heart for these hypocrites that write in the newspaper about Farrakhan. You don't know me. You don't know me well enough. Some of you have never heard me, never had a chance to question me. But I'm here tonight, thanks to these students. So I'm gonna hurry through our subject matter. But if you will listen to me, and this is not an anti-white tirade or somebody that's against white people or against Jewish people or against Arabs or Chinese or blacks. That's not the purpose at all. The purpose for truth is not to condemn color, but to condemn wrong. When wrong is condemned by the presence of truth, the wrongdoer in the light of truth has his or her actions or thoughts illuminated for them by the presence of truth. This is mercy from God because it allows us to correct our actions. If our actions go uncorrected, they bring in their wake consequences that may not be good for the actor. Great nations like this one have gone to ruin because people were hateful of truth. They despised that which corrected them. What makes one despise correction? It is arrogance. Arrogance is a state of mind that blinds us to truth. For we begin to feel that we are better than, bigger than, above criticism. How dare you tell me that I'm wrong? Do you know who I am? Truth, frankly, doesn't give a damn. Truth doesn't care who you are. Truth doesn't care what your position is. President is not above truth. Pope is not above truth. Prophet is not above truth. King is not above truth. Truth is the root of the universe. The universe may pass away, but the truth shall remain. So truth is what our lives are given to serve. It is truth that evolves us. It is truth that nurtures us. It is truth that makes us come into the path of God and makes us reflect the Creator. Truth. Falsehood created nothing. Falsehood can never be sustained. So you are at this university paying tens of thousands of dollars, your parents are, for you young students, white and black and Jew and Gentile, to get the truth that you may make a better life for yourself and a better world in which you and we can live. The problem is arrogance blinds us to truth. Look, there is no discipline that you are studying where the person who wrote the book has a knowledge of that discipline that is absolute. God didn't write the textbook. So if Freud wrote it, it has a lot to be desired. Socrates was brilliant, but he wasn't God. So if you read Socrates, if you read Plato, if you read Tillich, whoever you read, if you read Dewey, if you read Machiavelli, whoever you read, not God. So what you are reading is a person who has studied what the Creator created and drew from the creation his perception of the truth and wrote it down in a book and made a dissertation or wrote a thesis, and that became your book. So you're studying from a student who has not yet perfected the discipline. So if you are not trained to stand on the shoulders of the great thinkers, to look beyond them then you become enslaved to that which is imperfect, and you become non-functional in a world that needs your mind. Listen, students. Listen. You are born for this day, for this time. Your minds are equipped to go beyond a man that wrote 100 years ago, 25 years ago, even 10 years ago. You must never be enslaved to your teachers. You must honor and respect them, but stand on their shoulders and move more toward the absolute. Knowledge is not a stagnant thing. Knowledge is an ever-evolving thing as we move toward perfection. But once you stop the evolutionary process saying, I got it, that's when you lost it. Because what we know you could put on the head of a common pen and it would have much room left on that pen in comparison to what is in the universe for us yet to learn. The fact that we have a problem with garbage. Just think about that. Big problem. What are you going to do with your garbage? Oh, now, does that sound like trivia? Here's a barge going up and down the Atlantic Ocean filled with garbage, trying to find some place to dump it. Now, for 20 years, it's Earth Day. Isn't that wonderful? At last, after you all been in power all these years, you've learned now, oh my God, we better do something to protect the earth. The Native American could have told you that the day you met them. The Native Americans are the #1 protectors of the environment. All their writings, all their speeches, all their old prophecies deal with environment. Why didn't we learn from them? Well, after all, I mean, they're nothing but savages, heathens. We are the great Christians who came to civilize these savages and teach them about the Lord Jesus Christ. You mean the Lord Jesus Christ didn't hip you all to environment? You mean one who came to lead and guide us into all truth didn't tell you to protect the earth? But greed, you see, arrogance, cause you to pollute the earth, pollute the air, pollute the water. Now you have a problem with garbage. But of course, you're studying economics. Isn't that interesting? And the Creator has no problem with anything. He recycles everything. What a masterful economist. But of course, God, let's leave him out of this, because what does God know? You put your little cheap knowledge above the knowledge of the Creator. And that's why you're in the condition that you're in. Let me throw something out at our students. Beloved students, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us about pride. Because we get so little and then we begin to strut. Just a little degree. What did you get? Oh, I have my bachelor's. Which one? The BS or the BA? Well, more the BS than the BA. But one of those degrees I have. Now we can't stand you. Whoa. You put it on the wall. And what do you have? I had my master's. Yes. And which one do you have, Professor? Listen, I have 2 PhDs. And what does that make you? I am a doctor. Good. Doctor, if you are the doctor, what did you get your doctorate in? Well, I got my doctorate in sociology. Then why can't you heal the society? You see, the society presents you with problems that's beyond your degree. Isn't that right, doctor? Talk to me, doctor.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Dash Lifestyle. Kindly for watching me for the first time, remember to subscribe, like, share, and also comment. So guys, I want us to continue watching and listening to this powerful message from Minister Louis Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan, he is sending a warning message to all white Americans, and also he is exposing and revealing the challenges and the struggle the black Americans they are facing in America. So kindly guys, watch this video till the end, then I'll be back with more comment.
Hip hop started in the South Bronx with young black men using the art form of the spoken word to transmit knowledge in a beautiful way of rhyme. And they were making money out of the trunk of their cars selling their records. Public Enemy was not produced by mass recording studios, KRS-One and all those conscious rappers. Then the money lenders and the corruptors came. They saw money, but they also saw if this rap continued in consciousness, the whole nation of black people would be awakened, particularly the youth. They know that our young people are the strongest generation that we have ever produced, so they must break the youth from the elder and then corrupt the youth. You can't see the storm clouds gathering. You can't hear the clap of thunder. You can't see the striking of the lightning of the end of a world, because Satan has made some dumb devil so he could keep on ruling the world with evil. I'm almost finished. Now you got the hip huggers on, baby. They don't make them no more to cover the hip. It's right on the top of the buns. Your underwear is in full view. And some of the sisters have lost so much shame. You don't care if men see your underwear. You want them to see it. Take a look at this. How does this grab you, baby? What is all of that for? You're drawing attention to your form, to the beauty of who you are as a woman physically. But a man never gets acquainted with the beauty of who you are intellectually and spiritually, because he saw your behind and he saw your breasts, and that's what he wants. He does not know nothing about who you are, and he don't care. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, where there are no decent women, there are no decent men, for the woman is the mother of civilization. Dumb devils, wise Satan. He's reduced our women to temptresses, knowing or unknowing. you watch a football game, which is a rough game. Men like football. Well, I can't speak for men. I speak for myself. I like to watch a good football game. I like to watch basketball. I'm a sports enthusiast. But then there's the sisters. When there's a break, here she comes. I said, what the hell is that? I come to look at a basketball game and I got to look at her. I go to see a prize fight and here she come in the middle of the round. As though I need to see that to know it's the 5th round coming up. You allow Satan to drop you down to a thing, not the creature that God created. You are a thing to be used for pleasure and discarded like the rubbish of yesterday's trash.
What a teacher.
Dumb devils. Wise Satan. Now the whole culture is gone to sex and madness and madness. Hip hop started in the South Bronx with young black men using the art form of the spoken word to transmit knowledge in a beautiful way of rhyme. And they were making money out of the trunk of their cars selling their records. Public Enemy was not produced by mass recording studios, KRS-One and all those conscious rappers. Then the money lenders and the corruptors came. They saw money, but they also saw if this rap continued in consciousness, the whole nation of black people would be awakened, particularly the youth. They know that our young people are the strongest generation that we have ever produced, so they must break the youth from the elder and then corrupt the youth. Teacher. So the money lenders, wise Satan, just diverted rap from conscious rap to gangster rap, and then glorified the gun and the most vile aspect of black ghetto life. And then they took over all the radio stations. They belong to corporate America now. And the whole object of the radio stations have been no talk. So conscious talk, where you could listen to programs on the radio that would enlighten the community, warn the community, teach the community. Now it's, I want to get in your pants. I want to do this. I want to love you all night long. And oh, baby, you show 24/7. Then it's the gangster rap. I put a cap in you. You ain't no gangster. You's a wankster. And then glorifying beefs between one black artist and another, east against west, north against south. It's black against Puerto Rican. So when Fat Joe talks about lean back Now there's a beef with Fat Joe and 50 Cents, and we keep going, and our posses get involved in our madness, and even if we don't hurt each other, our posses begin to hurt each other, and the funeral parlors fill up, and the money on the rich man's coffers build up, and we become instant millionaires, calling our women bitches and whores. Dumb devils, wise Satan. Now, brothers and sisters, my teacher one day told me, son, he said, you can't fathom the depth of Satan. And when he told me that, I went home and studied it, and I knew that I was not qualified to handle Satan if I couldn't fathom his depth. He is so wise and artful in his ability to deceive and manipulate and take you off your course, that he even pledged to God in the Quran that he would come after the people of God right in the straight path of God, and he would make them all deviate. So we have Christian deviance, Muslim deviance, Jewish deviance, for Satan has come right in the straight path of God, right in the revelation that God sent down to reform the people, to transform their lives. They read a word, they hear a word, they sing the songs, but they go out and act in the same way. Dumb devils, wise Satan. Now here's how wise Satan is. America wanted the Spaniards out of the Western Hemisphere. The Spanish controlled Cuba. The Spanish controlled Puerto Rico. The Spanish controlled the Hawaiian Islands. How do you get them out? Well, let's propose that an American ship is blown up, killing American people on that ship, and we blame it on the Spanish as a predicate for war. And then we take what the Spaniards have and kick them out of the Western Hemisphere in the name of the Monroe Doctrine. Now follow me, brothers and sisters. Americans blew up that ship called the Maine, killed Americans, blamed it on the Spanish, and the Spanish-American War was fought, and Cuba became the playground. Puerto Rico and the Hawaiian Islands became the possessions of the United States of America. And if you have read when John F. Kennedy was the president of the United States and Fidel Castro overthrew Batista in Cuba and took over Cuba, the playground was lost. Now the question is, how do we get it back? And I have read that some of the members of the Joint Chiefs of Staff said to President Kennedy, suppose we blow up a ship in Guantanamo Bay and say the Cubans did it as a predicate for war. That's right. John Kennedy turned it down. But look at the mind that would suggest something like that. Hitler did this. He burned the Reichstag in Germany. And then when that government building was burned, it was blamed on others. Then Hitler rose to power and then put into practice some draconian laws that gave him power to dictate to the German people. That's real. That's the mind of Satan. In 2000, Gore ran against Bush, and Gore lost, not because he lost the popular vote. He lost to a conservative Supreme Court. So on the way to his inauguration, when you usually play Hail to the Chief, people were holding up signs saying, Hail to the Thief. And the country was greatly divided up to September the 10th. There was no unity among Democrats and Republicans up to the 10th of September 2001. September the 11th, the towers fell. Now you tell me how some airplanes flying into the towers, fully loaded with fuel, could burn the steel to such a point where the building would come straight down, like you see buildings when they are imploded with bombs or dynamite on columns here and there. 3,000 people dead. Who the hell cares if the country could be united behind their president and the treasure of the taxpayers could be raped to feed the military industrial complex, and a war could be manufactured? That's the mind of Satan. And we are the dumb devils that are deceived and don't know what's going on. Those terrible Arabs did this to us. They didn't know anything the day before, but 2 days later, pictures of 19 Saudis or 17 Saudis, 19 Arabs came up on television. They knew so much 3 days after, but they knew nothing the day before. Come on, brothers and sisters. Then they now say they did know something, but this agency didn't tell that agency, didn't tell this agency. So nobody in intelligence, that's what intelligence is all about, connected the dots. So when President Nixon was being impeached and tried, the prevailing question was, what did you know? And when did you know it? Now, if all these people knew something before, but they just didn't connect the dots, and they allowed that to go. But isn't it strange? The two towers were hit, but all three of the buildings came down. There was another small building. It came down. And nobody said nothing. And the man that owned it collected billions of dollars from insurance. People in the stock market became rich because they knew something and sold off their stock in American and United Airlines. And they tell me there were some rabbis on a roof nearby that were dancing, happy when they saw the building go down. And then the enemies of Israel could be attacked and destroyed using the most powerful army of the most powerful nation in the world. Oh, brothers and sisters, we have been greatly deceived. And the greatest deception of all, may I tell you? The most important man in the scriptures of the Bible is Jesus. There is no being more important in the eyes of God than that man, Jesus. In the Holy Quran, which is the book of scripture of the Muslims, and in Muslim traditions, the Muslims are not looking for anyone to return except Jesus. And he would be with the Mahdi when the Mahdi or the guide came. Now watch this. The most important woman in the Quran is Mary, the mother of Jesus. She's more important than the mother of Abraham, Moses, Muhammad himself. More important. Why is Mary so important that the angels were arguing with each other as to who would have charge over Mary? You got it? Jesus is so important because as Messiah, please hear, this is near the end. As Messiah, he has powers given to him that belong only to God. In the Quran, God is the life giver. That's one of his attributes. He's the raiser of the dead. He is the author of truth. He is the light. The Quran says of the Messiah that he would determine out of dust the form of a bird and breathe into it, and it would become a bird by God's permission. He would open the eyes of the blind, make the deaf hear and the dumb speak, and raise the dead to life by God's permission. When you see a man born of a woman that has that kind of power, then God is present in that man to work on behalf of God for the benefit of all human beings. So if you are Satan and you've made a world of dumb devils and have deceived the whole world, when Jesus comes, that is the end of Satan's world. Because if you read the scriptures, he's casting out demons out of the people. And the demons, as they were coming out, they were cussing Jesus. Then what are you doing? Messing with us before time. Well, he was on time. Well, if the Jesus that you love has come, how could you be a dumb devil in his name if you were truly touched by the word of Jesus the Christ? We have been deceived about the most important being because he reconciles the human back to God, and he raises the human being to the position that God intended for us in the beginning. And in the Quran, that position is Khalifa, one who stands in the place of God and rules God's creation by God's permission. And the Bible said he created the man and the woman, male and female created he them, and called their name Adam, and they were made in the image and the likeness of God. Now look at what has happened to that which was made in the image and likeness of God. We have become dumb devils under the deceptive work of the arch-deceiving Satan. We didn't benefit from 9/11. President Bush did. The American people did not benefit from 9/11. The war machine did. The Iraqis now have cost the taxpayers of America, the war, $340 billion, and there's no end in sight. Nobody asked the question, where are we going to get the money from to fight the war? But when Katrina struck, the Congress is saying, where are we going to get the money from? Poor President Bush. He was so messed up, he had to bring T.D. Jakes with him to kind of wipe his backside, clean him up some. Let an anointed man of God stand next to a criminal. Now wait a minute, before you say that I'm off base, I ask a question to those listening and listening by radio. Did the president and his cabinet lie that there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq? Did they lie to the American people?
Yes, sir.
Now, question. Did they know they were lying? It has now come out that they already had a policy to go to war with Iraq, so they doctored the intelligence to fit the policy and then used Colin Powell. Because he would be believable to sell a lie and start a war. And thousands of young Americans are dead and dying and wounded by roadside bombs, their legs, their arms destroyed, their faces twisted. They are there in an atmosphere where bombs have been dropped that are filled with depleted uranium, and they're breathing that atmosphere, coming back home with different kind of diseases that they don't have an antibiotic for those bacteria. Lord have mercy.
Yes, sir.
That's a high crime and a misdemeanor for which the whole government should be set down. What did you know and when did you know it? And now in the wake of Katrina, it's all laid bare. America doesn't care for the poor. Bush and Kerry campaign, not one of them mentioned the poor. Now the poor are in the face of the world. This is not Darfur. This is not Rwanda. This is not Bosnia. This is the United States of America.
How much time? 2 minutes. But in 5 minutes,
okay,
you can do that.
So this is why we have to create a movement that ties together all black organizations, all our churches. We have to now focus on lifting our people from the valley of the shadow of death and lift them together. And this is why the Millions More movement is designed to tie the learned of our people to the struggle of the masses through a program that will allow their talent, their skills to be used to lift all of our people. But the moment I called, President called pastors and told them that they should not be a part of a movement that would save our people. Don't walk with Farrakhan. Yes, but please, brothers and sisters, you walk with me. If you know that what we are proposing is right, then you rise. You stand. Let's create a movement that will save our people. It's not Muslim, Christian, it's all of us together. For the flood doesn't give a damn whether you're a Muslim or Christian. Both houses were drowned out. So I'm asking all of you that are present, please mobilize in Houston. Not only for the day of, but for the day after. We need buses filled with black men and women, brown men and women, Native American men and women, poor men and women. Let us go to Washington and say to the government, that we are intending to repair the damage done by 300 years of chattel slavery, 100 years of Jim Crow and lynching, and 50 years of governmental abuse of our leaders and our organizations working for our repair. We're going to take that responsibility on our shoulders, and whether you help us or not, God says He will help us if we do what He has asked. Now watch the covenant that we have to change, brothers and sisters. We got to stop being dumb devils and start becoming the body of the Christ. Now watch. The scripture says of the Quran, Allah, God, will never change the condition of a people until they change within themselves. So the change is not on the president, the change is not on the government, the change has to come from us. But look at how the Bible puts it. If my people, which are called by my name, would humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then, He says, will I hear from heaven, forgive their sins, and heal their land. Do we need a healing? Does America need a healing? Does the world need a healing? Then we gotta stop being dumb devils and turn from our wicked ways so that God will forgive our sins and heal our land. Thank you for listening, and may God bless you. as I greet you in peace. Assalamu alaikum.
So guys, I hope you have watched and listened to that powerful message from Minister Louis Farrakhan. I really love to bring Minister Louis Farrakhan to this channel because he is a fearless US minister who has been coming out and fight the rights of the black people. We have been seeing how the black Americans they are being treated in United States, the kind of racism, the kind of discrimination, and also the kind of oppression that the black Americans they are facing in America. Louis Farrakhan also he is fighting to the rights of the black people in Africa and also the black people in the Caribbean. So Minister Louis Farrakhan is always fighting the rights of the black people wherever they are. So in this video, Minister Louis Farrakhan has come out and sent a powerful warning message to the Americans, to the white Americans, because these people, they have been treating the black people how it is not supposed to be. Even after the black people building this America, we have been seeing these people, they are being given less opportunity. These people, they are being sidelined because of these white people. They always fear black people. They don't want black people to be above them, and that's why they will always giving a low opportunity to the black people, to the black Americans. So for me, I can tell you that it is now the right time for the black people to wake up. And Minister Louis Farrakhan, the message that he's passing around towards black people, it is black people to unite and to come together, because when black people, when the biggest fear that these people they are having towards black people, it is the black unity. They don't want black people to unite because they know that when black people they will unite and come together, the black people will overpower them, and also the black people will be on top of them, and that's why they don't want to see black people uniting. You can see how these people they have been sending threats to our leaders. Like recently we have been seeing how these people they are being they are threatening our youngest Africa president, that it is Ibrahim Traore. The United States, they want to arrest Ibrahim Traore. They want even to assassinate him, because these are some of the things that they have been doing to our brave leaders, because Ibrahim Traore right now is waking up other African leaders. He is showing the way to other African leaders, and these are some of the things that the white people they don't want to see towards Ibrahim Traore, and that's one of the reasons why they're trying to bring Ibrahim Traore down. And for me, I can tell you that right now I'm so happy to see black people in Africa. They are waking up, and also they know the true leader and the bad leader. So when the United States are coming out and try to tell us that Ibrahim Traore is a dictator, is not a good leader, is using the gold of Burkina Faso to protect himself, we all know that it is a lie. We know Ibrahim Traore is a good leader. There is a lot of bad leaders here in our African country that you guys, you need to take them down. There are some leaders who they are puppet. There are some leaders who are sellout leaders. Why are you not going for those leaders? Why are you coming for Ibrahim Traore? And we are seeing that Ibrahim Traore is not a dictator, is not a bad leader. Ibrahim Traore, in fact, is a good leader, and is that leader who is straightforward. You guys, you know, you have been assassinating the brave leaders, like the leaders like Muammar Gaddafi, Thomas Sankaras. These are a few leaders that you guys you have been assassinating in the names of saying that these leaders they are bad leaders. They are not a good leader. They are sellout. They are puppet. They are dictators. But right now we are seeing Ibrahim Traore is a good leader, and yet you are saying he's a dictator. If these are some of the if Ibrahim Traore is a dictator and is creating more jobs to his people, let Ibrahim Traore continue to be a dictator. If Ibrahim Traore is a dictator and he's building schools, hospital in his country, let him be a dictator. So right now we know exactly how you guys you always operate, and we will not allow you guys to assassinate or to bring down Ibrahim Traore. And also we need you to start respecting the black people. The kind of treatment that you are giving towards the black Americans, you guys, you need to stop. These are the message from Louis Farrakhan, because for a very long time, you guys, after seeing what black people they can do in America, building your country, forcing them into forced labor, right now you are using them as the money, as the money generator income, because we are seeing how the criminal injustice in United States, it is using the black people as a money income, because when a black person, he or she has committed a small mistake in the United States, he cannot go for free. He can't go for free. But for a white person, he might walk away freely. So this is tell you that the black people, they are being used as a money generator in the United States. And also when we are seeing the the fightings which it is on the street, when we seeing the gun fight, when we see any violence in the United States, the first suspect to be arrested, it is usually a black person. So this is tell you that you guys, you are not treating fairly black people. You need to make a law to be equal to all people, to the black Americans and also to the white Americans. So for me, what I can tell you, the black people who are watching me, it is let us unite. The same way when we black people united to protect Ibrahim Traore, I need you to come also and unite so that we can be one. You know, the biggest fear that these people they are having towards us black people, it is they don't want us black people to unite, because they know when black people they will unite, they will become strong and they will become powerful, and even them, they can't not stop us black people. So what they usually do, it is dividing us. These are some of the tactics that these people they are using. They divided us during the time of the slavery. They took our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, in the United States, and right now, and also they show them bad image of Africa, where they came from. They are telling them that Africa it is bad, Africa it is poor. These are some of the things that these people they usually do so that they can make the black Americans not to see African as a good people. These are some of the reporting their bad image from Africa, so that they can show our people who they are in the diaspora that Africa it is bad. There's no opportunity, so that these people they can hate Africa. But right now, I'm so happy we are in the 21st century. We can know exactly if Africa it is bad or Africa it is not good for the people. So for me, I can tell you that these people that have been dividing us so much, and right now we want to unite. You remember when we united to protect Ibrahim Traore, I was happy to see the black Americans came out, black people in the Caribbean, they came out, and also African people, they came out. We came together just to protect Ibrahim Traore and sending a warning message to the Western people, to the United States and France, because they are the one who wanted to bring Ibrahim Traore down. They were sending threats to Ibrahim Traore. So we all united to protect Ibrahim Traore. The same way I want us black people to unite to protect our also black people wherever they are. If any of our black people they are going through racism or any kind of discrimination wherever they are, we need to come together and protect that fellow black person. So kindly guys, thank you so much. Subscribe if you haven't, like this video, share and also comment. See you on my next one. Bye bye.